Hello everybody, my name is Solomon and I want to welcome you guys to 11 Charlie Scale Modeling. I'm going to take this time today to introduce myself, talk to you a little bit about my background and what this channel is going to be about. So without further ado, let's get into it. In 2007, I deployed to Iraq with Mortar Platoon HHC, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Infantry Regiment, Tomahawks, 4th Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division. There we spent 15 months in Baghdad, Bakuba, and Muqtadiya, building a bond together that will last a lifetime.
Yeah, that was an RPG. Yeah. They already know. They called up Bridge and told him to fire a couple of deterrent shots, and I guess they kicked off the attack a little sooner than they thought.
Damn!
Nice.
I don't think it did anything.
Did it work?
I think so.
Currently following command wire after an IED just hit our convoy.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That was dead on. Dead on. Totally destroyed it. Good job, guys.
Okay, so welcome to the channel. I greatly appreciate you guys being here and taking the time to watch. My name is Solomon, as I said before. I was an 11 Charlie indirect fire infantryman in the U.S. Army from 2005 to 2009. I served with the 2nd Battalion, 23rd Infantry Regiment, 4th Brigade, 2nd Striker, 4th Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division. It was a Striker Brigade out of Fort Lewis, Washington. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied there. I served there for the entire 4 years that I was in the Army, and served on a mortar carrier Striker almost the entire time I was in the Army. I was trained in basic training to do pretty much most of the infantry skills, but I also trained on mortar systems. I had trained on 60 millimeter mortars, 81 millimeter mortars, and 120 millimeter mortars. But when I got to Fort Lewis, I was assigned to Headquarters Company, which was a battalion mortar section. So battalion mortars would not use the 60 millimeter mortars. 60 millimeter mortars were used for the line companies, so Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie Company mortar sections, which were in like headquarters platoon. So you had headquarters platoon would have mortar squad, and then they would have weapons squad, like the machine gun squads, and like your MGS squads, things like that. That they would have the 60s, and they also had 81s, and well, they also had 81s, and they had 120s too. They had mortar carrier Strikers as well. But in battalion mortar section, we had a full platoon of mortars, and we had strictly 81 millimeters and 120 millimeter mortars. So we actually had 4 mortar carrier Strikers, which is what this is. This is a 1/35th scale mortar carrier variant Striker model that I'm currently working on. It's about 90% complete. I am not 100% sure yet what I'm going to do with it. I want to put slat armor on it like I had in Iraq, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll just have to see. But this is the vehicle that I rode in for a good portion of my deployment, but almost all of my time in the Army. I did serve on this particular weapon system, which was the 120 millimeter mortar system. I was the assistant gunner, meaning I was the guy over here dropping the rounds down the tube. The gunner would be over here. There was a fire control computer down here, back here in this seat, and we would get coordinates that the squad leader would plug into a computer here, and it would go to this little computer screen that's down in here, which you'll see later on in some of the build videos, and he would traverse the gun to wherever he needed to, lay in the angle and deflection and angle. It's been so long since I've done this. The deflection and everything and elevation, and then once he laid that in, we'd go ahead and drop rounds down, and it would drop around within 1 meter of the target, or the coordinates that were given. So it was extremely accurate. This chassis was actually designed by the Israelis, and it was a very, very accurate design. So very, very cool. And it was accurate out to 6,800 meters. So very, very cool design. The only downside to this particular Striker is these doors closed. The mortar would actually lower down. We could drop it down, which this one actually does drop down. If you put that down, you can drop the mortar down some, but I'm not going to. It's designed. This model is designed to where you can close the doors, but I don't do that. But the doors, when they close, they don't have back hatches like some of the other Strikers do, like these, which meant that we were not able to have any rear security when we were driving. So we would only have the front 2 hatches able to face forward. Nobody could face back. So when we're driving down the roads in Iraq, there's nobody watching our rear. That's where the next vehicle that I ended up riding in came into play, and that's the next model that I'm working on right now, which is this one. This is a RV, or a Recon variant Striker. We were given one of these in Iraq, and this one currently has a Mark 19 grenade launcher in the turret, which this particular trumpeter kit did not come with a Mark 19. It comes with a M2 Browning or Ma Deuce 50 cal machine gun. I actually bought a 3D printed Mark 19 and jerry rigged it to make it work on this turret, which you'll see in the build video when that comes out. But this is the other vehicle that I rode in. We were given one of these so we would be able to do convoy operations and drive around Iraq with rear security. So I ended up moving from a mortar carrier variant to this variant, and qualified on the Mark 19, so I gunned the Mark 19, and I also was a rear gunner in the hatch of this vehicle as well. This one is a current build that I'm working on. This one will have slat armor. I'm currently using the Edwards slat armor. It's photo etch slat armor. It is horrible and horrendous to build. It's so difficult to build, but that's currently what I'm trying to work on right now. I don't know if I'm going to finish it or not. I also ordered some Black Ops models slat armor, which should be here in a few days, hopefully. So we might be putting that on this one, or we might be trying to put it on the mortar carrier variant. But anyway, the reason I'm building this, I'm going to show you guys in a moment why I started building these Strikers and why I decided to start doing modeling anyway. But before I go into that, I want to talk to you a little bit about what this channel is going to be about. You're going to see a lot, and I mean a lot, of global war on terrorism model kits. So you're going to see a lot of ACUs, probably ACU, DCU kind of camo kits. You're going to see a lot of global war on terrorism vehicles like the Strikers, Bradleys, Humvees. I have a Humvee coming today, actually, that will be coming. I did drive one of those in Iraq as well. You see Bradleys, M1 Abrams tanks. I'll be building some aircraft. We'll be building some aircraft. Helicopters. We'll be building all kinds of stuff. Some dioramas. I'll be doing a lot of global war on terrorism. And the big reason why is because I participated in the global war on terrorism, and it has a really special place in my heart. It means a lot. Part of it is, I participated in it, and part of it is therapy. Modeling is very therapeutic to me. So it's something that I really enjoy, and something I want to bring to all of you and let y'all see too. So you're going to see a lot of this, and I hope you guys will enjoy and follow along with me and just have a good time. And hopefully y'all will share some stories in the comments as well of maybe if you guys have some stories involving some of these vehicles or your time in services, if you were a service member. And while I'm building these models, you're probably going to hear some stories from my time in service, and I'll probably share some videos as well. You probably saw in the beginning of this video the montage of my service time in Iraq. I hope y'all enjoyed that. But, as I'm building, as I see certain things, certain pieces of equipment on the models, I can tell you guys what those pieces of equipment are for, and maybe it'll just enlighten you guys and be interesting. Hopefully it'll be very beneficial and a learning experience for y'all. So I hope y'all will enjoy that and really appreciate that. So let me show you the reason why I really started building these model kits and why I'm really working hard on these Strikers right now. Okay, everybody, so this is my Army memory wall that I have in my current man cave office. So this is just a bunch of different photos from my time while I was in Iraq with all my buddies. These are different pictures, things that I remember. This was an IED that hit us when we were driving by. This is me in the back of that Recon variant Striker. I was gunning the 240 with a good buddy of mine. I was dismounted up here. This was a place called K-Wall in Muqtadiya, Iraq. As we called this Tower Gray Skull. It was a 3-story building that we lived in. The Iraqi army lived in the building over here. This is a mortar carrier variant Striker that was coming out the gate, and this was taken off of a guard tower. There's a guard tower back here, and then it was all what we called the breadbasket around this area. It was very bad people around there. This was some flags that we took off the side of the road for as souvenirs. A couple of my buddies. This was a couple of my guys in Kuwait. This was us in Kuwait. Big picture in the middle. A lot of the guys in Kuwait. This is my duty uniform shadow box. This is all the stuff I had on my ACUs when I left. My CIB, my combat infantry badge. It's me with my buddy right there. Me with some Iraqi police officers. This was an IED that hit our convoy on December 23rd of 2007. It blew up a flatbed truck. I had been standing on top of that bomb before it detonated. About, I'd say, probably 30 to 45 seconds before it went off. I got in a vehicle, and the vehicle moved on, and that vehicle behind us moved over it and blew up. It was a rough day. I have a picture of me actually standing over that, which was a pretty scary time. But the reason I started building these Striker models is for this shelf. I just installed this shelf. This is a 3D printed version of the Recon variant Striker. Originally this was what was going to be on here, but I just don't like it. You can't, the slat's not see-through, and it's just fat and thick and heavy. It just looks bad. There are some soldiers in there too. They need to be taken out and repainted. But yeah, I'm building the real model, so it'll be replaced and it'll look better than this one. But that's what this is for. I'm gonna have the models sitting on this shelf as a display. So that's what my Striker models will be for, is for this display. Alright everybody, so that's going to do it for this intro, introduction to the channel. I hope y'all will follow along. I'm going to start bringing some pretty cool build videos here shortly. I'm trying to gather enough footage and get stuff together because this is a new channel and I'm just starting out. So just bear with me as I do this. You're going to see some things that probably aren't what we would call the hobby standard. I do some creative things, and I try to use my creative mind behind certain things to make things up. So just bear with me on that. So let me give you an example. So this is a 3D printed infantry carrier variant Striker. And this is something that I built just recently, last month. This is like I said, 3D printed infantry carrier variant Striker. None of this stuff that's on it came with it except for the RWS, which is the gun system right there. The blast windows weren't installed. The blast panels didn't come with it. The Rhino mount didn't come with it. I built that. The Duke antenna didn't come with it. I built that. All the camo net I built. Even the little traffic cones are made out of clay. I clayed those, or I clay sculpted those. So yeah, I mean, I do some kind of, I try to be as creative as possible, and it's all covered in dirt and sand and stuff. So, and it even has a little reflective panel on the top. So I try to do like creative stuff, and you'll see some stuff like that as well. Oh, and the Duke antenna is carved out of a dowel. So I try to do some creative stuff like that. Some other things that you're going to see on this channel too that won't be very, I won't say is very common on the channel, but I am going to be doing it, is I'll be doing some wildlife sculpting, because I do sculpt wildlife. This is a tokay gecko sculpture that I did. I do a lot of, I've done a lot of sculpting in the past, and I'm planning on doing some of that as well. You won't see a ton of it, most likely, on this channel, but there will be some. That's a tokay gecko, and here's a day gecko that I did. That's pretty cool. I'll show you something else in a second. Let's go back out here. I have a lot of stuff. I even made a white-tailed deer sculpture. So you'll see some of this stuff on the channel. Probably not very often, but I'll be doing some. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. If you would like to check out my other YouTube channel, Third Beard Fishing, I'll put a link in the description of this video. This is my other YouTube channel where I do a lot of fishing here in Central Florida, mostly saltwater, but sometimes freshwater too. I'd really appreciate your subscription. Thank you. Hello everyone. If you could, I'd love for you guys to check out my father-in-law's YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel that I also edit videos for, called Bearded Lumber. They are a full-service sawmill and kiln channel, and they are an amazing channel. I hope you guys will check them out. The link is in the description of this video, so check them out. You'll really enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching 11 Charlie Scale Modeling. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion, and subscribe here for more great content. Thank you.